Uh, hope everybody's doing good. Welcome in. We're going to get ready to get this mock draft started in just a few moments. And so, everybody come on in and make sure y'all definitely share this show out. Also, hit the like button as well. And also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're going to get ready to get started. And we're definitely going to be talking. We're going to do this whole 7-round mock draft. And we're going to talk about definitely some dark horse positions, maybe some things that could be that we may be hearing about, and some rumors that are going on because there are definitely rumors. So we're definitely going to get going in just a minute, and so I'm gonna let everybody come on in for just a moment or two, and we're going to get ready to get this show started in less than 60 seconds.
Hope you can still go. I never ran, sitting on, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter and
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody?
What's going on, Titan Nation and football fans everywhere? Welcome in to TNT tonight, and welcome to the final, the one and only, the final Truth Mock Draft. And we're definitely going to have some fun this evening and everything, everybody. I am Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, aka The Truth. Again, make sure if you haven't already, make sure you follow on Facebook at TNT Enforcers, on Twitter X at TNT Blue Enforcer, and on Instagram at Titan_N_Truth. Definitely make sure that y'all go ahead and tune into the channel. Definitely do that. And then also, of course, again, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Everybody coming on in. Everybody hit that like button. I want 50 likes. I want 50 likes tonight. So I need everybody to spread the word to everybody. Get the word out to everybody. Share it out as much as you can. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell and hit all on your notifications so that way you know when we do go live. And then, of course, last but not least, also, definitely, if you need to, definitely hit me up. Watch on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I usually upload the episodes either that night or the very next day. So definitely going to be doing that as well. And also, just letting y'all know, I'm going to go ahead and put this out. Before we do start this mock draft, just know that tomorrow night, I will be live and in living color. We're going to definitely do live draft coverage. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. My for some reason my computer just completely went off on me. I'm not sure why. But I am attempting to come back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know why my computer just completely went off. I hate that my computer completely went off on me. I just had to make sure I got it back and everything. So, yep, we're back in the saddle. We're back going. And so again, tomorrow night I will be live. We will be doing live draft coverage. I'm gonna try to get some guests on as well, so I will have a few people with me as well, and we're gonna definitely be talking about this draft in full detail, and definitely going to be chiming in on the picks as it happens and everything like that. So we're definitely going to be doing that, and we're going to definitely have a very, very good time. And so we're definitely going to have some fun when it comes to that. So definitely come on in tomorrow night. Yeah, about 6, I would say about 6:45. We'll get ready to get started right before the draft does begin. So stay tuned right here for your live draft coverage. We will definitely do night 1, round 1, and also we're going to be live for night 2 for rounds 2 and 3 as well. So we're definitely going to be live with that. We'll talk about each of the picks, and especially the Tennessee Titan picks. So definitely be ready for that. Definitely stay tuned for that. And we're definitely going to have some problems definitely doing that. And so I see we got Lou Man in here. This is gonna be my last one right here. This is my last mock draft. And yes, B, I did get the job. And B, congratulations on the job. Congratulations on that. Definitely shout out to you. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, what's going on? Parker D. What time you be live tomorrow night? 6:45. I'm gonna try to go live 15 minutes before the draft begins. May go a little bit earlier than that, like 6:30, but I would say definitely 6:45. Got my man Tress. What's up, man? Tress is in here. Man, I appreciate that, man. Definitely retweeted that out. Yeah, definitely. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and share that out. There's a share button there to do that. If you're on Twitter X, go ahead and retweet that out to everybody so everybody can come on in as well. I know we got about 29, 30 people. I hope to get it. I hope each and every one of you give me a like, no matter if you're on Twitter X or on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter X, go ahead, give a like as well, and retweet. Go ahead and retweet that out to everybody so everybody knows where to come for the very best Tennessee Titans content, just like my man Tress just did. So we're going to get ready to get going in just a bit. Miss Mims, how you doing? I see Tremaine up in here as well. So definitely going to be doing that. And yeah, throughout the night, I probably will be bringing in some guests, maybe some fans, and even some other media, maybe some other Titan content creators if they're available. So I appreciate that. The truth says, what's up? Or shall I say, tighten up. Yeah, the awesome truth indeed. So we're finna get ready to get started with this mock draft. We're finna definitely go ahead and get going. And we're not gonna hold off any longer. And I'm gonna go ahead and get everything situated. And so Let me move my banner out of the way. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to get started with the draft. And again, we're gonna have 7 rounds. So we're gonna do all 7 rounds of the draft. And as you can see, we're gonna have a lot going on, and so we're going to get ready to get this draft started in its entirety. And so here we go. And so now we're going through some picks. And now the Tennessee Titans are on the board at 7. And we're gonna I'm definitely gonna show you what happened with the first 6 picks. Of course, Chicago at number 1, taking Caleb Williams, quarterback out of USC. Drake May going number 2 to the Washington Commanders, quarterback out of North Carolina. Number 3, Jaden Daniels, quarterback LSU, goes to the New England Patriots. At 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. going wide receiver out of Ohio State, going to the Cardinals at 4. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver LSU, goes 5 to the Chargers. And at 6, the New York Giants select J.J. McCarthy, quarterback from Michigan. So now the Tennessee Titans are on the board at 7. And there are some trade offers out there, so I want y'all to help me out with this one. Now at 7, you see we have players on the board. You got guys like a Joe Alt, you got Olu Fashanu, you got Brock Bowers, Roma Dunze is on the board, and we also have some trade offers on the board as well. Now you got the Raiders wanting to trade up with us. They're offering us 13 and their 2nd round pick, number 44. So if we trade back with the Raiders, we get an extra 2nd round pick. Now also Pittsburgh is calling as well. They're offering us their 1st round pick at 20. Also their 2nd round pick at 51. Their 84th pick, which is in the 3rd round, and they're offering us a 2025 2nd round pick next year. That is a nice package, but could be a little bit too far back. I mean, we would gain an extra 2nd and a 3rd round pick, so we would have 20, we would have 38 and 51 in the 2nd round and 84 in the 3rd, plus a 2nd round pick next year. With the Raiders, you would just be getting a 2nd round pick, so you would have 13, you would have 38 and 44 on that. But again, Joe Alt is still on the board, and last time I checked, we need a left tackle pretty bad. And so I've said to all of y'all before, the only way I trade down, the main way I'm trading down is if Alt, Neighbors, Harrison are all off the board. Right now, Joe Alt is still on the board. And I see some of y'all comments. Zach, I will definitely answer your question a little bit later about the season. Parker says stick and pick. Only if the trade blows the Titans away. Parker D says, I like Latham too. I don't. I just see him as a right tackle. Ms. Mims, I know you like all your Michigan guys, but there's no way I'm picking Roman Wilson in the 1st round. Sorry. Maybe in the 2nd round, if he's there. Drumstar says Alt is more realistic, and I tend to agree. So I don't think I have that ESPN draft music I would try to see if I can drum it up. With the 7th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans will select Joe Alt, tackle from Notre Dame. And that was a very, very easy pick for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, that Pittsburgh package was enticing. The Raiders package was pretty cool. But again, 4 quarterbacks went off the board, so I didn't really see a reason to trade back, and I went ahead and took Joe Alt. Of course, the next 2 picks, Laiatu Latu, the edge from UCLA, goes to Atlanta at 8, Rome Odunze at 9 to Chicago, and so we're going to continue on through the first round of the draft until we get to the Titans pick at 38. But definitely want to see what did y'all think? Do y'all like the Joe Alt pick? Could I have went Rome Odunze at 38? Could I have done that? So let me know. We're going to be coming to the end of the first round. And so now let's take a look at how the rest of the first round came out. You had Dallas Turner at 10 going to the Jets. Terrion Arnold goes to the Vikings at 11, cornerback from Alabama. Denver takes Brock Bowers, the tight end out of Georgia, at 12. Marius Mims, 13 to the Las Vegas Raiders. And then there starts to be a run on tackles. Saints at 14 go J.C. Latham out of Alabama. And then Olu Fashanu goes 15 to those Indianapolis Colts. 16, Jarrett Verse, the edge out of Florida State. 17, Brian Thomas, the wide receiver out of LSU. The speedster goes to the Jags. I don't like that. Troy Fatanu, the tackle from Washington, goes at 18. 19, Chop Robinson, the edge from Penn State, goes to the Rams. 20, Cooper DeJean, safety corner out of Iowa, goes to the Steelers. Tyler Guyton, the tackle from Oklahoma, 21 to the Dolphins. At 22, cornerback out of Clemson, Nate Wiggins, to the Eagles. The Vikings at 23 get their quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., quarterback out of Washington. Talise Fuaga falls all the way to 24, tackle out of Oregon State. 25, Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo, goes to Green Bay. At 26, the Bucs select Graham Barton, guard center out of Duke. At 27, the Cardinals with their second pick take Byron Murphy, defensive tackle from Texas. At 28, the Bills get some speed with Xavier Worthy, wide receiver out of Texas. At 29, the Lions get Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback from Alabama. Johnny Newton at 30, the defensive tackle, goes to the Ravens. At 31, the Bengals in a trade with the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers trade out of the first round, but they get pick 49 from the Bengals and 115 and a second round pick next year. So the Bengals trade back into the first round to get Adonai Mitchell, and then Keon Coleman goes, the wide receiver from the 49ers, from the Seminoles, goes to Kansas City. So now we're going to kind of run through the rest in round 2 as the Titans are back on the clock again at 72. What's up, King Isaac? How's it going? Let's see. Parker Davis says, if Alt, Neighbors, and Harrison are all off the board, will you take Rome or trade back? Honestly, my first intuition would be to trade back. If I can't trade back, because remember, it takes two to tango. If I can't find a trade partner, I'm taking Rome Odunze at 7. If I can't find a reliable trade partner, I would take Rome Odunze at 7, if that's the fact. Ms. Biv says, why people pick Joe Alt? Is that their favorite choice? Well, Ms. Mims, what was our number one problem last year during the season? Offensive line. We couldn't keep our quarterback up. Ryan Tannehill gets hurt against the Baltimore Ravens. He wasn't the same after that. Then Will Levis comes in. He got dinged up a little bit too. I mean, we had Andre Dill Pickler, who just kept giving up sacks left and right. And then Jalen Duncan does no better. So we have an issue at left tackle. Yes, I would have loved to have taken a wide receiver right there. But the first thing you need to do is protect your quarterback. And the best way to do that is on the offensive line. And Joe Alt is the number one offensive lineman in this draft. That's why you take him. I mean, it's a slam dunk pick. It's an easy pick. And so that's why I would take Joe Alt. It was simple. Very, very simple. But now in round 2, we have a couple of more trade offers. The Jets are asking for 38, but they're willing to give up 72, 257, a second, and a third. I'm going to say no to that because I ain't trading out of the second round. Now, here's an interesting trade. The Browns are offering pick 54 and 85. So yes, we'd be trading further back in the second round, but you will be picking up an extra third as well. And let's see who we have at least on the board. You have a Bo Nix. You got Jordan Morgan. You got Darius Robinson. I mean, you got some good picks, but you also got some decent picks a little bit further back as well. And so I'm almost tempted to take this trade with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are offering 54, and we get a third round pick that we desperately All right, there we go, everybody. I'm sorry about that. I appreciate y'all dealing with me because I know my microphone wants to act completely stupid sometimes and just wants to act all the way up. And it ticks me off. I'm trying to do business here and screen don't want to work with me. Okay, now where were we? Okay, there we are. All right, what's up, Titan True? What's going on? Had some difficulty for a second, but we are back on. So at 54, we got some options. Can everybody hear me? All right. So we got some options at 54. There's pass rusher with Adisa Isaac. You got a couple of receivers in Jalen Pope, Troy Franklin. You got an edge rusher in Marshawn Nealon, Malachi Corley. So you got a couple of options here, and I think I know where I would go, honestly enough. Now, I traded with the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to show y'all the trade that we got. So the Browns came calling. They wanted to move up to 38, so I traded back to 54, but I also picked up a third-round pick at 85. So let me know what y'all think of that trade. Did I make a good trade right there? But I think y'all might have an idea of where I'm going. I like Adisa Isaac. I wouldn't mind that. But y'all know there's one thing I've been begging for years. And I've been begging for one thing. Speed, 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 and more speed. And so this is a very easy pick for me. So what are y'all thinking? Titan Rossi, what's going on, Titan Rossi? And shout out to you. I saw you had Corey Curtis and Tehran on last night. So shout out to you and shout out to Titan Upload as well. Parker says pick Franklin. Let's see. Dio9 says pick Franklin. I think I saw somebody else say pick Franklin too. Parker D says Franklin will be a steal. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Give me Troy Franklin, wide receiver out of Oregon, who has that legit speed that we have been looking for. So now we're heading into round 3. And now the Titans traded back, still got a wide receiver, and we also got an offensive lineman. And now we're going at 85 to make a pick in the 3rd round. But you see now some other teams are coming to call. Giants are calling, offering 107 and a third next year for 85 and 182. I'm going to say no to that. So now, what do we need? Blue Man says Malachi Corley. DO9 says let's go. Now, let's take a look and see what's available. And you also have to remember what the Titans are needing. You know, eventually, now we do have pick I'm trying to think, 108, I want to say, in the 4th round. So you got Jalen McMillan, you got Devontae Walker, you got Mason Smith. I know Miss Mim's favorite, Blake Corum, is there. You got Kieran Amadigaji at tackle. You also got Tavondre Sweat. And so, you know, you could use another lineman. Maybe he could play tackle on the right side. You know, that's something there. So, you could definitely double dip on tackle. We could double dip at wide receiver. You know, we still need, we might need a cornerback at some point. We need an inside linebacker. We need help on the defensive line too. So there's Chris Abrams-Drain, cornerback from Missouri that's there. Mason Smith, defensive tackle at LSU, who I've heard quite a bit about. And, eventually we're going to need some safety help as well. Parker D says Tavondre Sweat. I almost want to say, yes, Tavondre Sweat is still on the board right now. And so my question is, could I wait for Sweat in the 4th round and pick him up then? That could be a gamble if I pick a Chris Abrams-Drain. Because we could use another corner, or I could get greedy and get Jalen McMillan, another wide receiver, but I did just get one, and I don't want to give up on I don't want to give up on Treylon Burks too soon. Something tells me Tavondre Sweat is still going to be there. And so, this is a tough choice. This is a very, very tough choice. And so, we could use some help at corner because, we got our 3, but we need a 4th. We need a 4th corner. And, Chris Abrams-Drain was somebody the Titans definitely looked at. He's definitely somebody that can play inside. But you do have Snead. You also have Awuzie, and you have Roger McCreary. Now, you could bring him in to play nickel. That's another thing. And see, honestly, I don't see a big enough trade partner. I'm tempted to take Tavondre Sweat because I don't want to miss out on him, because you do need help on the defensive line. Now, a lot of people have said Mason Smith, a big 306-pound defensive tackle, definitely a big-time prospect, but he has had some injury issues as well. So, you know what? I like Chris Abrams-Drain, but I can't pass on Tavondre Sweat. I think Sweat is too good of a player to pass up. We need help in the trenches. So I went ahead and I drafted Tavondre Sweat with the 85th pick. We're going to see if there's something available. But now we're coming up on pick 106. So we're on the board at 106. Now we got Kalen Bullock, a safety out of USC. We definitely need help at safety. We definitely could use some safety help. We need an inside linebacker, maybe a James Williams out of Miami or Florida. We could use some help there. Jermaine Burton, another wide receiver. Malik Mustafa, who TD has been very, very high on. Jermaine Burton, of course, he's got some speed at wide receiver. Now, we did get Troy Franklin, but hey, you can't have enough speed. So, we got some good picks here. And the next one will be at pick 146. And I haven't really gotten any calls on it. And Ms. Mims, I will definitely try to do that at some point. You know, definitely could be best player available. D09 says this is a hell of a draft so far. Titan True Get Sweat, I already got him. This could be best player available. Burden could be a nice depth piece. And I agree, I think this could be best player available. I'm looking at James Williams, who could be an unorthodox safety prospect. But they're basically saying he's a guy that could be a linebacker, maybe go to safety at some point. We do need safety help. And so I do like best player available in this situation. I'm trying to think because, like, Kalen Bullock, I think, would be a good pick because we do need safety help. But I do think also that safety's going to get signed after the draft. So I could definitely see that as well. Cade Stover is another at tight end as well. I mean, to go along with Wiley and Chig. But I think here, I'm going to go best player available. I think I'm going to go best player available in this situation. And we do need help at safety because it can't guarantee that Justin Simmons or Marcus May are going to sign with us. So I think I'm going to go safety here with Kalen Bullock, safety out of USC. He was the best player available at that time. I wanted to go Jermaine Burton. I didn't even think about Kyrie Jackson. But that's okay. So what do y'all think about draft so far? But definitely, with some of you, if you're interested in coming on for just a few moments, I will get some of y'all in for a little bit, maybe around the Titans pick. Definitely, let me know where I can find you, and then I can, I'll send out some information. I can definitely send out that information. See, Lou Man says he wants to be a star too. Now, here's another trade. Cleveland's offering 156 and 206 for 146, and I just give up a 6th round pick next year. And just to move down 10 spots, I mean, the Browns gave me a good trade before. I might as well take this one as well. So now I get an extra, I think, 6th or 7th round pick. And now I'm back on the board again. So this time, I see a corner in Charles Smith Wade, who I did kind of like at the combine. So we're in the 5th round now. We're in round 5. I got 156, and then I pick again at 182. I see a couple of interesting wide receivers. Tight end, maybe I go offensive tackle again. Because, I mean, I could use a right tackle. Now, I'm hoping a certain guy is still on the board when I pick again. I could use some help at edge. We do need an edge rusher. And again, we need help at linebacker as well. But once again, maybe I go best player available here. I was trying to see if a certain receiver with a similar last name was available, but he was not. So, in this instance, see, I should double dip at receiver, maybe with Taj Washington from USC. And we do need help as a kick returner, and we need somebody in the slot. I'm going to take a chance on Taj Washington, wide receiver out of USC. Now, I'm hoping a certain player is available at 182 that I could pick up. But I went ahead and got a wide receiver. And now I'm back on the board at 182. And the Bengals are now coming calling, wanting to talk to me. But the only thing is, there is a certain player that's on the board that I want. And I don't think I'm going to trade back for that, because you know what? I'm going to take a chance on this guy, because you know what? I have a left tackle. I need a right tackle too. So I'm going to go ahead and take Christian Jones, the offensive tackle from Texas, and I think he has a chance to start on the right side. So now I'm going to come up at 206, and I still got 2 more 7th round picks as well. And now I fixed my left side, potentially a fix to my right side. I have a couple of weapons. At wide receiver. I got help in the trenches. I got help at safety, and I got help at another wide receiver. But now I can kind of go, best player available. I can look at, I still need help at linebacker. I could use help at tight end. And see some of the best players available. Got a couple of wide receivers. You got a guard, a couple of tight ends. So right now we are deep in the 6th round at spot 206. And so I've decided we need I went ahead Now, I already picked up a safety. I've already picked up a couple of wide receivers. I could probably use another corner at some point. I thought about a tight end in this situation. And I think I'm going to go corner with Jarius Monroe out of Tulane. I thought we could use some help at corner. So that's why I went ahead and went with him in the 6th round. So I did go corner. I could have went A.J. Barner at tight end. I was thinking about that. But now we're coming up on pick 242 as we're in the 7th round. So I got 2 more picks left. So here we are, 7th round. Pick 242. And then I have 252. And I'm going to go ahead and pick the tight end, Brevin Spann-Ford, tight end out of Minnesota at 242. And now our final pick of the draft at 252. And I said I needed a linebacker, and lo and behold, one is there in Luke Reamer from Nebraska, and I needed help at linebacker, and so I picked him. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Tennessee Titans 2023-24 NFL Draft. I have made my choice. I'm actually taking a quick picture of it so that I'm going to be able to post it. But again, started off at number 7, got Joe Alt, got our starting left tackle out of Notre Dame. Traded back with the Cleveland Browns in the 2nd round, picked up an extra 3rd round pick, which turned into Troy Franklin at 54, speedster out of Oregon, and Tavondre Sweat at 85 in the 2nd and 3rd round. 4th round, I get Kalen Bullock, a safety out of USC. So even if they do sign a Justice Simmons or Marcus May, Kalen Bullock can back them up. And if something happens injury-wise with Amani Hooker, he could step in. And then, of course, traded back with the Cleveland Browns again. And then that's why I picked up another wide receiver in Taj Washington from USC at 156. And then I saw Christian Jones there at 182. He did very well at the Senior Bowl, primarily a right tackle. I think he has a chance to start right away, could beat out Dylan Radins and NPF at 182. Bang, you have your left tackle, possibly your right tackle already. And then you have Jarius Monroe, cornerback from Tulane in round 6. And then in round 7, I got Brevin Spann-Ford, a nice tight end out of Minnesota. And then I got Luke Reamer, linebacker from Nebraska in the 7th round. So, everybody, tell me what you think of this draft. Did you like it? From A to F, I want y'all to give me your grades. What did y'all think of this draft? Tighten Up Low Network, almost that time. We are less than 21 hours away. I'm sorry, not 21 hours. We're 23 hours away. I had it wrong. I put 22. I meant to say 26. So we got a lot of receivers, Truth. Yeah, some of them better start earning their money. Parker Davis said this OT class is deep, and it is. I have went cornerback. Danger Zone Podcast. What's going on, Ken? What's going on with you, my brother? D09 says, that's a good draft. Hey, we'll see if some of these picks come to fruition. You know, the draft is very unpredictable. Keon says, I like the Washington pick for sure. Lou Man says F. Get out of here with that, man. Parker says A. Miss Mim says B. Tremaine says A. Tremaine says A. Danger Zone says, I'd be shocked if Sweat is there in the third round. I mean, I agree. And that's why I almost wanted to wait for him into the fourth round, but I did not want a chance on him not being there. So I went ahead and took him. Maybe because of the DUI, he might fall. That is true. So that is definitely the case. I like the draft. I think it's good. I think we filled a lot of positions. We got help on the offensive line, got a couple of receivers. We got help on the defensive line. We also got help at safety, got an extra corner, also got another tight end, and we have an inside linebacker as well, late. So, I mean, you know, those late rounds, 6th and 7th round, are free-for-alls, and Rand has been pretty good at picking good players late in drafts. So that is something we're definitely going to find out. But everybody, again, I feel good about this draft. I definitely liked it. I definitely appreciate everybody letting joining me for that exercise. And again, letting y'all know, we got 41 people watching. We got everybody on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're on Twitter X watching, go ahead and come to YouTube, hit the like button. Also retweet and give a like on X as well. So everybody smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also ring the bell and hit all so you will know when I go live. Like tomorrow night, I will be live for round 1 of the NFL draft all the way through the first round. So I will be live. Now, I'm going to let y'all know there will be some times in between that I might, be taking a bite to eat, maybe get something to drink or something like that. And then, of course, we'll come back and go over some of the picks. So there will be some times I will be taking breaks in between, but just know we are definitely going to be giving a lot of coverage. And then also make sure y'all check me out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, or Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. So definitely make sure y'all definitely check me out there. But yes, I will be going live tomorrow. Ms. Miv says, is Haskins back? As far as I'm concerned, I believe Hassan Haskins is still on the team, if I'm not mistaken. I think he is still on the team. And Zach asked me earlier, he said, way too early to ask this, but what are your expectations out of the 2024 Titans season, and what is your record prediction? X, I'm going to save my record prediction for the summer, right before the season starts, because I want to see everything as far as the schedule. But my expectation is I expect this team to be competing for a division title. I expect them to be competing for at least a division. That's the plan. I expect them to be competing for the division. And Lou Man, let me know where I can hit you up, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, then I may send that over to you. But and Ms. Mims, I'll do that to you as well. So again, I think we should be competing at least for the division title. I think we could be right up there with Houston. I think we could be better than Indianapolis and Jacksonville. So that's what I think. That's what I expect. I expect us to be competing for a division title, because with the moves that we made, getting Calvin Ridley, trading for L'Jarius Sneed, getting Chidobe Awuzie, getting those guys, getting Cushenberry, that does not look like a team that is punting on next season. That is a team looking to score touchdowns and looking to compete. So that's what I actually expect. And I see we got a lot of people in here. We got 45 people in here listening on. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And so also, while I'm at it, I want to give a congratulations to a local team, the Nashville Predators, winning last night over the Vancouver Canucks in the playoffs, 4-1. They've tied their series at 1 as they get ready to head back to Bridgestone Arena for Game 3 Friday night. I am looking forward to it because this is finally a time I get to watch some Nashville Predators hockey, because I don't really get to watch them a lot during the regular season because I don't have the channel that they're on down here. So I'm not able to do that. And so, definitely congratulations to the Predators on that victory, and also for making the playoffs, because it looked like they were not going to make the playoffs a few months ago. And they found a way, and they got in, they've made the playoffs, and they have made some waves. So they're coming back home tied at 1. They got 1 in Vancouver. Maybe could have gotten 2 in Vancouver. They had their chance. They had their chance in Game 1, but they just couldn't finish the job. They just couldn't finish the job before, because there was a time they were up 2-1 they were up 2-1 going into the third period, but then Vancouver hit 3 goals and was able to defeat them. So again, Predators have got to play their A game, and if they can take 2 at home, be nice for them to go back to Vancouver up 3-1. Also, I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I said, I thought some of the press conference was good by Rand and Brian. It was just good to see everybody, kind of talking about stuff. Maybe not giving too much away, but saying a little something, talking about, hey, we're listening to trade calls. We're trying to get blue players, people that can start right away. And it's Rand was basically like, hey, we could be open to trading, but they're not going to trade if certain players that they want are on the board when they pick. So, if they happen, if certain players are on the board at 7, they said they're not going to move off. Like if Joe Alt is there at 7, I ain't moving off. If Malik Neighbors is there at 7, I ain't moving off. If Marvin Harrison Jr., which I highly doubt he'll be there, but if he is there, I for damn sure ain't moving off. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Also, congrats, Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Detroit Lions got a 4-year, $120 million extension, $77 million guaranteed. That helps the Calvin Ridley deal look a lot better, and also makes John Robinson look real stupid, because he traded up for Dez Fitzpatrick. And I remember watching that draft, and I was banging the table, pick Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm like, pick Amon-Ra St. Brown, or even Tylan Wallace with Baltimore, who's with Baltimore. And he traded up for Dez Fitzpatrick, who's not even in the league right now. And that was stupid. Blue Man says, I don't want to deal no picks. Well, at some point, you're going to have to make a trade if you want to get more picks. That's why I made that trade in the second round, because I think that is the prime spot I think the Titans could trade back and get some value, is trading back in the second round. I think that's where they should trade. That's what I would do. Parker Davis says, what would you do if the Titans somehow get Marvin Harrison Jr. in the draft tomorrow? I want your live reaction. Well, Parker, I'm going to save that for tomorrow. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is on the board at 7, if he's on the board at 7, I'm like, it should not take Rand no more than a 10th or 100th of a second to make that decision. The second that the Giants make their pick, if Marvin Harrison Jr. is still on the board, and we find out Giants ain't picking Marvin Harrison Jr., as soon as I hear another name and Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, I'm like, Harrison Jr., last name Harrison Jr., first name Marvin, wide receiver, Ohio State. Get it in right now. It would take no more than 2 seconds for me to make that decision. That will be one of the easiest decisions I've ever made. And that's even with Joe Alt on the board. Because I've said it for weeks. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the only player I can say definitively 1,000,000% I'm taking over Joe Alt if he's on the board. And that's Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the only one I would take over Joe Alt. Now, Malik Neighbors, maybe. I would still go with Joe Alt over Neighbors. But if it was that situation with Alt and Neighbors, as I've said before, that would be the most fun, most uncomfortable, and most gut-wrenching 10 minutes ever. Because you don't know which way they're going. I would be very happy if they get Alt. I would be pretty happy if they got Neighbors. I would be okay. Even though I would have rather probably gotten Joe Alt, but I'm like, you know what? Malik Neighbors is a superstar. I'm okay with that. Let's go. You got 3 dynamic wide receivers, and you'll probably have Will Levis on his way to a 4,000-yard passing season. You get your tackle in round 2. So that's kind of where I would go with that. And so, but again, the trouble was, if I didn't have that, round 2, some tackles started coming off. Like Kingsley Suamataia came off in round 2. I believe Jordan Morgan, he had a run on tackles 13, 14, 15. And then, you had Kingsley Suamataia go at 35. And see, I was at 38. I could have had, Patrick Paul, was there. I could have gotten Jordan Morgan maybe when I traded back for Troy Franklin. So, I mean, there's a couple of tackles I could have gotten. Rosengarten was there as well. So if I had went another direction, that could have been the case. But, yeah, and that's another one. I mean, Darius Robinson was on the board when I traded back. But he went at 45 to the New Orleans Saints. And I traded back to 54. Now I have Malachi Corley, Adisa Isaac, Marshawn Nealon would have been a nice pick as well. Junior Colson, who is a linebacker. I could have had him. Yeah, I could have. There's some other ways I could have went. So, Lamar said, Neighbors said, Luman, I thought you liked Robinson. I do. I do like Robinson. But that value was too great. Trade back from 38 to 54, and I picked up a 3rd round pick. If I didn't make that trade, I don't get T'Vondre Sweat in round 3. I'm probably sticking. If I stick there, I'm probably picking a Ladd McConkey, or I'm picking a Chris Braswell, or maybe I even do pick Darius Robinson at 38, but then I don't have T'Vondre Sweat. Ladd McConkey, I like McConkey because he's a slot receiver. I think he's a better version of Kyle Phillips. I think he's a better version of Kyle Phillips. I think if you get Ladd McConkey, he makes Kyle Phillips that much more expendable, in my honest opinion. Parker Day said, I don't care how impossible getting MHJ is. I'm going to keep dreaming that he is there. Hey, we're going to find out. But I don't think he's going to be there. I think Neighbors are all have a way better chance of being there. But everybody, that is my 2024 Final Truth Mock Draft. As I said again, picked up a lot of good positions of need. Got me a tackle at 7. Traded back, got me a 3rd round pick. Got me a defensive tackle and a speedy wide receiver. Picked up an extra pick in the 6th round. Got me an extra pick in the 6th round. Went ahead, got me another receiver. Got me a right tackle. So I got me a left and a right tackle. Got me a couple of wide receivers. Got me a safety. Got me a linebacker. Got me a tight end and another corner. 9 picks. And I think I really took care of some needs. But again, everybody, I will be going live tomorrow night about 6:30, 6:45 as we get ready for round 1 of the NFL draft. Again, I will be trying to get some guests on as well with me. So definitely get ready for that. I will put that out probably tonight or first thing in the morning. So everybody do get ready for that. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to TNT tonight. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer. We are 25 hours away from the NFL draft, and the madness is about to begin. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday. And y'all know what? Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.